Hello everyone, welcome back to the session. So what we did earlier was the orientation and the reasoning as to why are we doing this session, how it's going to help you. So here we are on the second segment. Now we are going to talk about the interview aspect. Now every company, wherever you need a job, does one aspect, that is interview. Now why do companies conduct interviews? The companies conduct interviews to assess a person, to gauge a person, to see how good or how not so good the candidate is. Is that candidate fit for the role? If that candidate can join the organization and help the organization grow. These are the reasons, or these are the parameters that they look for. One aspect which is very crucial in terms of interaction is, in interview, is interaction. Now interview is interaction. They are interacting with the candidates and they are trying to assess, they are trying to gauge more about the personality of the person, more about the attitude, more about the confidence factors. So when I say interview, it's basically an interaction. Here we are speaking specifically about HR interview, not the technical interview, because when we come to talk about technical interview, it's more about understanding the person's skills in domain, the person's skills about the subject knowledge. All right. So if you are applying for a job for, say, a programming job, or if you're applying for a job in terms of customer service, the questions will be all about coding. The questions will be all about interacting with people. But when we talk about the generic interview, when we talk about HR interview, they are trying to interact with you, they are trying to know more about you, they are trying to understand your skills, and they want to talk to you and understand your personality. That's why we say interview equals interaction. So when we talk about interaction in an HR interview, there is nothing which is right or wrong. So when I say nothing is right or wrong, I basically mean that when they ask a particular question, it's not about are you giving a right answer or are you giving a wrong answer. The answers are not right or wrong, the answers are appropriate or inappropriate. Answers are, what do we mean by appropriate? Say for example, I ask you what is your dream. You cannot say that I want to eat biryani every day. That is not a dream, that is not an aspiration. So it's not an appropriate answer. So when we talk about right or wrong, that gets applied when it comes to domain interview. Say for example, I am applying for a job for Amazon customer service, technical support, and there is a question that which is the most preferred medium of communication between customer and customer service. So the correct answer is a phone call where a person can speak to someone. So that's the right answer, that's the correct answer. The incorrect answer could be a chat, the incorrect answer could be an email, which is the second most preferred medium. But the best medium is to ability to speak to the person, where you pick up the phone, you dial the number and you speak to an appropriate person. So that's a domain question because you are giving either a right answer or wrong answer. But when we talk about HR interview, say for example, they ask a question, who is your inspiration? So for one person, the inspiration could be his father. For another person, the inspiration could be mother. For someone, the inspiration could be Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. For someone, the inspiration could be Swami Vivekananda. So different people have different role models. Different people have different source of inspiration. Does that mean that all these different answers are incorrect? No, they are not. They are all correct answer. They are all appropriate answer. They are all correct answer. Then what is the difference between nothing right or wrong when it comes to domain versus when we talk about HR interview? When we talk about HR interview, it's about your perspective. It's about your point of view. For example, if they ask, why do you want to work for this organization? There cannot be a wrong answer. It can be an appropriate answer or inappropriate answer. So just take a look at it. So interview basically means interaction, where we are interacting with people. There is nothing right or wrong answer. Let's have the slide, please. Thank you. There is, so basically it's an interaction when an interview is happening. There is nothing right or wrong in terms of an answer. It's all about perspective or point of view. In an interview, they are asking these questions to understand your point of view, and are you effective in portraying, or are you effective in expressing your perspective or your point of view or not. That is what they are trying to gauge. Now let's start. The first and the foremost way of starting an interview is where they want to know more about you. Okay, so if I look at any interview pattern, the first thing they want to know is about you, your name, your education qualifications, so on and so forth. So here in this segment, I'm going to talk about top 10 common questions which they ask in an interview, and I will also tell you why do they ask these questions. All right, so let's start. The first one is, tell me more about yourself, which is your self introduction round. In this round, you are supposed to give details in terms of your name, where you belong from, which city you have come from, where are you from, your education background in reverse order. In bracket, I have mentioned education background in reverse order, and I should give a brief information about my family background. Not very detailed, but a very, very brief information. This is the initiation of the interview. This is usually 99% of the interview. It will be about, tell me more about yourself or introduce yourself. So you are supposed to tell your name, first and your last name, where are you from, which place you have come from, your education background in reverse order. When I say reverse order, what do I mean by reverse order? Reverse order means I have just finished my BCom. I will speak about that first. Then I will speak about intermediate. Then I will speak about 10th. So instead of going forward, I will talk about it backward. Whatever has happened latest, I will speak about that first. Okay? And if you want, you can also speak about your percentage, your marks, but it's not always necessary. It's completely your choice. But it's not necessary to get into the details, how much you scored in which year. Try to avoid that. Speak about your generic background, your generic education background, but remember you have to say that in reverse order. So let's look at the example here. For example, I say my name is, you see those brackets, those symbols. Basically, I have left it blank so that you can use your information there. So I can say my name is Ron, I live in Hyderabad, I have completed my BCom in the year 2001, and I'm pursuing my MBA right now. I finished my intermediate in 97 and I finished my 10th in 1995 from West Bengal. I live with my family of 2 members. I live with my mother. I have a sister who lives in Bombay. So I'm giving a very brief information. This information is enough for anybody to know more about you. So what do? Let's have the slide. First and foremost, I speak about my name. My name is, for example, your name is Rohit Gupta. So you say my name is Rohit Gupta. I have come from Hyderabad, or I live in Hyderabad. My education background is I have completed my BSc in computer science, or if you haven't completed your graduation, if you're intermediate, you can say I finished my intermediate in the year, whatever the year is, with an aggregate of 87% or whatever the percentage is. Then you speak very, very brief about your family background. I live with my father, my mother, and I have 2 sisters, and they are studying right now. You need not go into the detail of it. The reason they ask the self-introduction question, the very first question, is they want to make you feel comfortable. If the first question itself is a little complex question, the candidate will feel little nervous. In order to make the candidate feel very comfortable, in order to make the candidate feel confident when they walk in for an interview, they always ask the D1 question. The D1 is basically domain 1, which is about yourself. That's why they ask this question. Please tell me more about yourself, or why don't you introduce yourself? These are the kind of ways or appropriate ways where they ask these questions. And I repeat, you got to state your name, your first and your last name, where are you from, where you belong to, which place you are from, your education background, but in reverse order. Whatever you have pursued the latest, you need to speak about that first. Your family background in a very brief manner. You need not talk about my father is a farmer, my mother is a teacher. You need not say all that. Not necessary at all. Just state your name. My name is Rohit Gupta. I live in Hyderabad. I have completed my BCom in marketing. Or if you do not have a specialization, that is also fine. You may mention the year. I live with my family of 3 members. I have a sister or a brother, whatever the case is. So you need to use your information here and state the information for the very first question. Like I said, I repeat, the first question mostly 99% of the time will be about yourself. They ask this question so that you feel comfortable, you gain that confidence when you speak to them. All right, let's move on. So now that they have asked you, tell me more about yourself, they will ask you the next question, which is again more about yourself. What are your hobbies? Hobbies or interests, they may ask what are your interests, what are your hobbies? So you can say I like reading books, I like playing cricket and watching informative programs like National Geographic, Discovery. You can also say I like listening to music, I like interacting with my friends, I like to browse something informative on the net, I like to play chess, I like to sing, I like to sketch, I like to draw. They are asking about your hobbies to know that if you are creative, if you are beyond certain strict rules that you always follow. Every person has certain interests, certain hobbies. That makes the person more interesting. It becomes a very interesting personality when you deal with a person, when you interact with a person who has certain hobbies. But if you say, I like reading books, they may ask you what kind of books do you like to read, who is your favorite author, which book did you read last. So sometimes they may ask, you may say that I like reading newspaper. So they may ask, what was the news today? What was the news yesterday? Do you like reading business news? Do you like reading political news? Or do you like reading sports news or movies and entertainment? So whatever information you are giving in terms of your hobbies, which is listed on the slide here, I like reading books, playing cricket, watching informative programs. Whatever information you are giving here, you need to be prepared with more information, additional information. They may ask you some additional information. Say for example, you say I like playing cricket. So they may ask, so what do you like in cricket? Do you like batting? Do you like bowling? Do you like fielding? For example, you may say that I like playing football, or I like watching football. I like watching cricket. In those kind of questions, obviously you need to have an answer that who is my favorite player, which is my favorite team, which is my favorite club. A little information is required because here you are talking about your hobbies. Please remember, when it's your hobbies, this is something which is very dear to you, which you feel very passionate for. So you got to be very careful whenever you're talking about hobbies like this, reading books, playing cricket, watching informative, whatever you see here. Whenever you give this kind of information, you need to have additional information, you need to have more answers to it. All right, let's move on. So first question I looked at, tell me more about yourself, self-introduction. Next question is, what are your hobbies? And I'm talking about my hobbies. Question number 3, what are your strengths? Okay, what do you mean by strength? The strength cannot be that I can lift 50 kg, I can eat 15 bananas in 1 minute. Those are not strengths. Strengths are those quality in your personality which helps you, which can also help the organization. Strength is something which is a power, not a physical power, but mental power. Basically your capability, your skills. Any skill or any ability which can help you, which can help people around you, and which can help the organization, they are considered strengths when you speak in an interview. So please be very careful when they ask what's your strength. Don't say my family is my strength. How does it help? It does not. It's an emotional state of mind. So strengths are something like these. My strengths are hard work, dedication, integrity, adaptability, teamwork. So you can make it as a sentence and say, sir, my strengths are, I'm a hard-working person because I do all my work with a lot of dedication. My strength is integrity. Integrity means doing the right thing, not doing anything which can have a bad outcome. For example, a lot of people do fraudulent means, a lot of people steal stuff. So those kind of negative traits, obviously you avoid. You do what is right. You are honest. So honesty is a very simple word. Integrity is a much more refined word, a very professional word. So you can say my strengths are, I'm a hardworking person, I'm dedicated towards my work, my dedication is my strength, my integrity is my strength because I believe in doing the right thing the right way. I am an adaptable person, my adaptability is my strength because I can adapt myself in any situation, I can learn and I can evolve in any situation, or I can adapt to changing situation or changing scenario. Or you can say my strength is teamwork. I believe in working with people. So whatever strength that you use, the list that you see here, hard work, dedication, integrity, adaptability, teamwork, I can add I'm a quick learner, my learning capability is my strength. So don't use these strengths as just words, use it as a sentence. I will tell you next time how can you use it as a sentence where you say my strength is I am a hard-working person. Point number 1 was hard work. So you change that. My strength is I am a hard-working person. Whenever I get a task, I believe there is no shortcut to success. That's why I believe in hard work. You can say my strength is my dedication. Whatever work I do, I put my 100%. I pay complete attention and concentration and focus. I dedicate my entire attention to that work because I always ensure I do the right work with complete perfection. You can say my strength is my integrity. I don't do anything which is wrong. I don't do anything which is unethical. I don't do anything which is unprofessional. I don't do anything which is a lie, which is not untrue. Okay, so those kind of aspects where the company feels that if I hire this candidate will be honest. My integrity and my honesty is my strength. Because so whenever you use a strength, you need to use a reason. How is it going to help you and how it's going to help the organization. So let's have this slide. I'm going to continue speaking on the slide now. So you can say my strengths are hard work because I believe in giving my 100% and I believe there is no shortcut to success. That's why hard work is my strength. My strength is dedication because whatever work I do, I give my 100% of my concentration and focus, and I believe that the task should be completed within the time. That's why dedication is my strength. I believe integrity is the most important strength that I have in my personality because I believe in honesty. I believe in doing the right thing the right way. I don't do anything which is not correct or not ethical. You can say I believe in adaptability because I as an individual, I should be able to adapt to any situation, whatever the team demands or whatever the organization demands. I believe adaptability is a very important factor, very important quality that I have so that I can change with the situation. And you can say I believe in teamwork because if I am contributing as an individual, the team will get the success. If the team gets the success, the organization will also get the success. For me, teamwork is my strength because I believe in success of everybody and contribution as 100%. Alright. So when we talk about strength, you will also have some weakness, right? But you cannot say weakness in terms of something which will be harmful to the organization. Weakness are something which is harmful to you. But in an interview, please remember, in a job interview, never speak about your weakness which can harm you and harm the organization. Then what should you say? What if they ask this question, what are your weakness or what is your weakness? What would you say? You have to be very smart. You need to talk about those qualities which looks like weakness, but it's actually a strength. I repeat, you will talk about those qualities which looks like weakness, but actually it's a strength. I'll give you the example which is listed here. For example, my weakness are, I feel nervous when I have to interact with a group of people. My weakness is, I am straightforward, my attitude being straightforward, or my straightforward attitude is my weakness. My weakness is trusting others. I trust people easily. My weakness is I am a stubborn person. My weakness is my laziness. Now, how can I say these are actually strengths but looks like weakness? When I say I feel nervous when I have to interact with a group of people, that basically means I haven't interacted with a lot of people, that's why I feel it's my weakness. But if I practice, if I work with people, if I interact with more people, obviously I will gain more confidence through more practice. Being straightforward is very important. Some people are very diplomatic, some people are very straightforward, but people don't always like a straightforward answer. Say for example, I ask someone or somebody asks me, how are you? For example, I ask, how is my shirt? And that person says, no, the shirt is not good. That's a straightforward answer. I may not feel good about it. So they say it in a very diplomatic answer or diplomatic way. They say, yeah, the shirt is good, but it will look nice if it's a little light shade of blue. It's dark blue, a little light shade of blue would look better. Which means I'm not being straightforward, I'm being diplomatic. That's why being straightforward, I'm saying, is my weakness. Whatever people ask, whatever is the fact, I always tell. Being straightforward means I don't lie. I always speak the truth. I don't lie. Okay? Trusting others. Trusting others is my weakness. Why is it a weakness? Because whatever people say, I end up believing it. So, should I believe everybody? Ideally, I believe everybody because I think what they are saying is right. If I am honest, I feel they are also honest. But sometimes I feel cheated. That's why it's a weakness. But you should always trust others because if you are honest, you expect everybody else also to be honest. So you say trusting others is my weakness because I always speak the truth. I expect them also speak the truth. Next one is stubborn. I am stubborn, that's my weakness. Why is it a weakness? Because whatever I decide to do, I end up doing it. Nobody can change my decision. They may ask you for examples. Why do you think you're being stubborn and that's a weakness? So you can give examples. Sir, I was doing a project in my college, in my school. I was supposed to go for my friend's birthday, but I was very stubborn that till I finish the project, I will not go out of my home. Obviously, the project took some time to finish. I missed my friend's birthday and my friend was very upset. So just because I was very stubborn that I will finish this task, only then I will go out, it has hurt someone. So what do? I use that as a weakness, but actually it's a strength. How is it a strength? It's a strength because If I decide to do something, I will definitely do it. Nobody can change my mind. Nobody can divert my attention. They cannot distract me. All right. And the last weakness that you can use is laziness. Sir, my weakness is laziness. What do you mean by that? You can say, sir, if I don't like doing something, I don't feel active about it. I don't feel excited about it. I don't feel enthusiastic about it. Which also means if I like something, if I do something which I really, really like, I put all my energy and I'm very, very active. But if you ask me to do something which is not in my interest area, say for example, you are at home, your mom or your dad asks you to wash clothes, do you feel excited about it? No. If they say that please clean this particular television screen and I will give you chocolate or I'll give you a gift, you feel excited about it. If they say that do this task, then probably you can go out and play and you can go and meet your friends, you feel excited about it. For example, if you have to decorate something, you feel excited about it. Which means if you have been given a task which makes you feel interesting, which the job creates little interest for you, the task creates little interest for you, you feel very active about it. But your laziness is your weakness, because if that particular task is not interesting, you don't feel like doing it. That's why you are using that as a weakness. So 4 questions we have covered. Question number 1, tell me more about yourself. Question number 2, what are your hobbies? Question number 3, what are your strengths? And question number 4, what are your weakness? I want you to write down what will be the answer. Question number 1, tell me more about yourself. Question number 2, what are your hobbies? Question number 3, what are your strengths? Question number 4, what are your weakness? Please write down in your own language. I have given you these points. You know the points, you must have written it down. Write down sentences in your own way and I will be back quickly to check what you have done. All right? See you very quickly. Short break. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Welcome back everyone. So let's do a quick recap of the 4 questions we covered in terms of top 10 questions. The first one is tell me more about yourself, which is a self introduction. So you need to speak about your name, where are you from, your education background in reverse order, and your family background in brief, where you say my name is, whatever your name is, where are you from, you say what is your educational background in reverse order, you finish your graduation, you speak about that first, then intermediate and then 10th, and then you say I live with my family of how many members, need not go into detail. The second one is you speak about your hobbies, where you say I like reading books, playing cricket and watching informative programs. Whatever your hobbies are, please do remember you may have to speak about additional information there. Next, what are your strengths? You speak about the qualities which can help you, your personality, as well as the organization. So you say my strengths are my hard work, I'm a hardworking person, it allows me to be perfect in my job, my dedication is my strength, where I ensure I give my complete attention and focus and I finish the job on time. My integrity is my strength because honesty is important in any job I do or any work I do, where I ensure that what I'm doing is always the truth. Adaptability is my strength because I believe things always change around us and we need to change with the time, change with the circumstances. And teamwork is my strength because I believe that as an individual I can contribute to the success of the team, as well as that in turn will contribute to the success of the organization. And the fourth question we looked at was what are your weaknesses? Now weaknesses are not really weakness, it looks like weakness but actually it's a strength, but it doesn't really harm the organization. So you say my weaknesses are I feel nervous when I have to interact with a group of people, my straightforward attitude is my weakness, I have this habit of trusting others, and that's my weakness because I believe in everything that people say or do. I'm a stubborn person, that's my weakness because when I decide to do something I don't give up easily. Or you can say my laziness is my weakness, I feel lazy to do those tasks which does not create any interest or which does not create any excitement for me. Alright, let's move to number 5. This is a very important question they will ask. Why do you want to work for this company? Whichever company you're going for, number 1 rule, please do homework about that company. If you're going for an interview in a company called say Axis Bank, if you're going to do a job or if you're applying for a job in a company called Mactech ID Solutions, or if it's IBM, if it's TCS or Wipro, or some Indian companies which so many Indian companies they do hire like Aditya Birla or Reliance or whatever it is, whichever division you're going for the job for, please do a lot of homework and know about the company. The best way to learn about the company is to go to the website and know more about it. So when they ask a question like this, why do you want to work for this company? You should have the ability to speak about what the organization means to you. How will the organization help you build your career? Say for example, you are going for a job in an organization which is Heritage. Heritage is into industry of dairy products, right? So you can say whatever the organization means to you. So Heritage is a very famous company in the entire state. They have provided employment to thousands of people across the state, but what the company means to me is as a platform, as an organization which provides the platform to young people like me, where I can learn, I can explore, and I can build my skills to be a better person. For me, this organization is a foundation where I can start my career. For me, this organization is a platform, it's a forum for me where I can improve my skills, I can learn more, and I can be a better person. When they ask, why do you want to work for the organization, or why do you want to work for this particular organization, like you spoke about your own personal strength, you need to speak about the organization's strength. You are basically praising the organization, you are talking good things about the organization. That's why I say, please do a lot of homework about the organization. Before you go for the interview, you will be notified in a very clear way as to what is the job role, what is the organization, which division or which department the job is for. You need to do a lot of homework. You need to know more about the job. Please never go for an interview without any preparation or without knowing anything about the company. You need to know a lot about the company so that you can answer this question. If I want to work in an organization, I cannot have the reason I need a job, that's why I have come to you. You can go to so many other companies. Why did you go to only this company? Because this company has certain qualities which I really liked. That is what they want to know. Why do you want to work for this company? You need to speak about what the organization means to you and how will the organization help you build your career. The second point is important because you are a fresher. You don't have a job on hand. You do not have complete training. So you expect the organization will give you the platform, the organization will give you the opportunity to learn, to explore, and to be experienced in that particular field when you start working in that company. Clear? Number 6, why should I hire you? When they ask about why should I hire you, it's very simple. Speak about your strength and build on what you answered on question number 3. The key word here is build on what you answered. Question number 3, what was question number 3? My question number 3 was, what are your strengths? Basically, when they ask, why should I hire you? You need to speak about your strength and build on what you answered on question 3. Say for example, I answered on question 3 that my strength is hard work. Now you will build on it. You will give examples. You will give justification. Sir, you should hire me because I am a hard-working person. I should be hired because I do my work with complete dedication. I should be hired because I am a person, I am a man of integrity, I am a man of honesty, I do the right thing only. I should be hired because I am an adaptable person, sir. I believe that there is always a change and we need to change ourselves as per the situation, as per the circumstances. I should be hired, you should hire me because I am an excellent teamwork. I am an excellent team worker. I am an excellent team member. I believe in collaborative approach. I believe in teamwork because if the team succeeds, the organization succeeds. I believe in supporting everybody. I believe in succeeding with everybody. So when I have question number 6, which is why should I hire you, you are basically speaking about your strength and you are adding more information about it. If you have examples to be spoken on your strength, please use that as an example. Say for example, number 3, sir, I should be, now the question is why should I hire you, and you say, sir, you should hire me because I believe in integrity, I believe in honesty. They will ask, how can you say that? Sir, in my second year of my graduation, we were supposed to work on a project. We were a team of 6 members and we had to write a paragraph and an essay writing and make a presentation, and we did not get updated information. So one of my team member decided to copy it from the seniors project. The previous year the seniors did the same project. So he said, let's copy some slides, some paragraph from that project. So I said, I will not do that, and I will not allow anyone to do that, because that is not honesty. Even though we did not get the prize for the best presentation in the project, I was very happy that I did not do something wrong. So if we have to lose, or if we have to if we have to lose out on a competition, if we have to lose out in our race, because I want to be truth, I would rather be truthful, I would rather be honest, I will rather be a person with integrity than doing something which is wrong. So when they ask about why should I hire you, you are basically talking about your strength, but you are giving more information on it. You are building on it. Clear? And when they ask why do you want to work for this company, you will speak about the strength of the organization. You will speak about how the organization can help you build your career and how you can contribute to the organization. All right. Number 7, tell me more about this company. What should you do now? You should go through the website of the company and speak about certain areas of the company. Say the values the company stands for, the products and innovations, how they have helped people build their career, the CSR contribution. What do we mean by CSR? CSR basically means corporate social responsibility. What do we mean by that? You will see a lot of companies which does social work. A lot of companies do charity. If you go to certain rural areas, certain villages, you will see people from Infosys, they go there into the village, they distribute books, they go to orphanages, they distribute clothes, winter clothing, they distribute grocery item, rice, dal and all that. So that's a CSR activity every company follows. So these are part of your homework. When they ask, tell me more about this company, that means you need to study a lot about that company. You need to know a lot about not only what the company does, but also what the company believes in. Say for example, Apple. Apple's value is in creativity, in innovation. They believe that the employees should be given the freedom to think creative. If somebody wants to design something, you cannot put rules around it. So those are the value system of that organization. Say for example, you want to apply for a job in Aditya Birla Group. Aditya Birla or Godrej, these are some companies in India which believes in protecting the environment. So when they ask this question, tell me more about this company. So I'm saying go through the website of the company and speak about values the company, value the company stands for, the products and innovation. Values means the value system, whatever the principles of the companies are. Read about it, study about it and know more about it. The products and innovations. It's very, very important that you should know the product of the company. Say for example, you're applying for Reliance and the latest product Reliance has is Jio SIM cards. So you need to know about the product. You also need to know about the innovation, something very, very creative. Nobody else is doing, but this company is doing. When you can speak about all this, that means the interviewer will know that you have done a lot of homework as far as knowing about the company is concerned. How they have helped people build the career. You can use example of your friends, your family members, your cousins who applied for a job as a fresher in the company and today they are in a very good position. And it's been 5 years, 6 years, they are still working in that company. Why are they doing that? They're doing it because the company has given them the foundation, the company has given them the platform to learn something and they have built the career. They have given opportunity to young people to build the career. So once again, let's look at the list. values the company stands for, the products and innovation, how they have helped people build a career. So you can say, sir, one of my friend is working for your company. He was in my same locality. He was in my neighborhood. Today he is a very successful person. So I know your company provides opportunity for people, for young educated people who do not have a job, unemployed youth, and you are giving them the opportunity, you are giving them the platform to learn something, to explore something, and to be good at something. And the last one is, you can speak about all the charity activities that they do. Sir, I know a lot about the charity activities that your company has done for the old age home, for the environment, for the wild animals, for the protection of the sanctuaries, for the protection of the environment. I really liked about the blood donation camp that your company was running in my city. So there were close to 1,000 people who came and donated blood. So that indeed helped a lot of people save their lives. So when you speak about all this, that means you have done a lot of homework. You know the company that you want to work for. The interviewer will end up respecting you, that this candidate knows so much about the company. He's really interested to work for this company. That's why I should give him the opportunity. All right. Moving on to the next question, which is, why are you aspiring for this job? Why do you want this job? Here, you need to speak about your career goal. You need to speak about your zeal to build skills. Talk about your short-term and long-term goals. Explain how this job will help you achieve your goals. What do we mean by these points? What do we mean by goal? What do we mean by zeal to build skills? I will talk about all this. We'll take a short, quick break. So question number 8 will be answered quick. What did we cover so far? Let's do a quick recap. Question number 1 was self-introduction. Tell me more about yourself. Question number 2 was, what are your hobbies? What are your interests? Question number 3 was, what are your strengths, your good qualities? Question number 4 is, what are your weakness, the developmental area? And you have to be smart, where you don't really talk about weakness. These are your strengths in a different perspective. Question number 5, why do you want to work for this company? So you need to speak about the organization and how it's going to help you build your skill, build your career. Question number 6, why should I hire you? You basically speak about your own strength and you build on it. You give reasons, you give examples. Question number 7, tell me more about this company. Here you talk about everything that you have done with regards to your homework that you have done from the website or any other source of information. You will speak about the value system of the company. You will speak about the products, the new innovations, the new technologies that they are using, the new mergers, acquisitions, takeovers. You can talk about all that and how they have helped people build their career and their charity activities. Clear? 8, 9 and 10. We'll quickly look at it, a short break, and we come back. Welcome back, everyone. So we were talking about top 10 questions that they ask in interviews and how to be successful. How many we finished so far? We have finished 7. We'll do a quick recap for you to begin with. The first one we looked at was tell me more about yourself, which is a self-introduction, where you need to speak about your name, where you're from, your education background in reverse order. Then you speak about your family background in brief. Very, very short answers. Then the next question was, what are your hobbies? You speak about your interest, but please do remember you need to give additional information. Say, for example, you like reading books. They may ask you what kind of books you like, who's your favorite author, which is your favorite book. These kind of questions will follow. The next one is, what are your strengths? Here you will speak mainly about your personal qualities. You will basically speak about your personal qualities which can help you, which helps you with your personality and your organization. Now these are some of the examples of the strength. For example, hard work, dedication, integrity, adaptability, teamwork. Now these are certain qualities. These are certain qualities which can help the organization and it can strengthen the organization. So you can say that I'm a hardworking person, I believe in dedication, I believe in honesty, I'm an adaptable person, I can change with the situation, change with the scenario. Or you can say that I believe in teamwork, I believe in working with people, succeeding with people and make the organization a successful one. When it comes to weakness, here you will speak in a very smart manner. You will basically speak about how your weakness is actually not a weakness, it's a strength, but in a different perspective. For example, you say, I feel nervous when I have to interact with a group of people. I'm a straightforward person, that's why it's considered a weakness in certain scenarios. You end up trusting people very easily, that's why it could be a weakness. You are stubborn because when you decide to do something, you definitely do it. And you feel lazy sometimes when you have to do something which is forced. So these are some of the answers for weakness. Question 5 was, why do you want to work for this organization or this company? You basically speak about how the organization can help you build your career and what the organization means to you. Here you can talk about the opportunity that the organization gives you. The strength of the organization is what question number 5 is all about. Question 6, why should I hire you? You will speak about your strength, your personal strength, and you will build on it. You will give examples, you will give scenarios to justify how your strength is going to help you get the job and why they should hire. Question 7, they will ask, tell me more about this company. Here you will do a lot of homework about the organization where you speak about the values, all the good things that the company does. You speak about the product, you speak about the technology that they use, you speak about their contribution to the society, you speak about how they help people like you to build a career and how they improve the society by giving jobs to people who are in need of it. Alright, now move to question number 8. Why are you aspiring for this job or why do you want to take this job? Here you will talk about your career goal. What do you want to do? For example, I say my career goal is I want to get a job in a reputed organization. My goal is I want to get a stable job or I want to get a job where I can learn and I can establish myself as a successful person. You need to explain your zeal to build skill. For example, you are joining a particular bank for customer service. So you can say, sir, I want to become a very successful and efficient customer service specialist. That's why I want to, I am aspiring for this job because the job will help me achieve my dream of becoming a very successful and interactive customer service specialist. You can speak about your short-term and long-term goals. What do we mean by short-term and long-term goal? Something that you want to do in next 1, 2, 3 years is short term. Something that you want to do in 8, 9, 10 years, that is long term. For example, short term, there is also a question. For example, question number 10, what are the career goals? I'm just jumping to it, I'll come back to number 8. So speak about the short term goals. Speak about what you want to achieve in next 2 to 3 years. For example, you say, sir, I want to get a respectable job. I want to get a stable job in a reputed organization like yours, where I can improve my skills, where I can build on my capability and become a successful person. What are the long term goals? Speak about your desire to become an expert and contribute. So my long term goal is I want to become a team leader. I want to become a manager in customer service. I want to become the best customer service associate in the organization. That's my long term goal. So when we talk about why do you want to take this job, you are basically talking about your goals. You can also explain how this job will help you achieve your goals. Sir, I want to become the best customer service person in this particular area, in this particular place, or in my entire group. I want to be the most successful professional. This job will give me the platform to become successful. This job will give me the platform and the foundation to become an expert, sir. My short-term goal is I want to be successful in this particular role, in this particular job, and I want to get promotion. My long-term goal is I want to be the best in the organization. I want to contribute to the organization through my deliveries, through my work. So basically, when they say, why do you want to do this job? You're talking about yourself, what you want to become. But you're also talking about the organization, how the organization can help you become what you want to become. For example, somebody wants to be a very, very successful businessman 10 years down the line. So you can say, sir, I want to start my own business in next 10 years. But to do that, I need a lot of experience working with people. I need a lot of skills dealing with products, dealing with people, interacting with people. My long-term goal is to become a businessman, but to achieve that goal, I want to be associated with an organization which can help me learn a lot of information, lot of things about experiences, lot of things about my skills. So you are basically talking about what you want to achieve and how the organization can help you do that. Clear? Question number 9, what are your salary expectations? Now the rule is never quote an amount. Don't say 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, 20,000 a month. If you are a fresher, please remember, if you are a fresher, never quote an amount. Absolutely prohibited. If you are a fresher, never mention the amount. If you have experience, you can quote 30% over and above your current salary. But if you are a fresher, please, please, please do not mention an amount. Okay? Then what should you do? Speak about your focus on career and state the reason why you would accept the company's policy with regards to the salary package designed for freshers like you. I read again. Speak about your focus on career and state the reason why you would accept the company's policy with regards to the salary package designed for freshers like you. What do I mean by this? Say for example, they ask, so sir, for example, if your name is Ravi and I ask, so Ravi, what is your salary expectation? So you can say, sir, as a fresher, I cannot quote any particular amount as a salary expectation. Right now, my focus is to build my career in a successful organization like yours. So considering my focus, considering my priority as career right now, I would accept whatever the salary the company decides for freshers like me. Which means you're not going to work for free. If you say, I don't want money, my priority is my career, my priority is not money, then they will say, then work for free, you will not get your salary. You are not saying that. You are saying, my focus is to build my career. My priority is to build my career. Hence, I'm not in a position to quote any specific amount. Having said that, I would accept whatever the company's policies are, whatever the rules and regulations of the company that follows as a salary package for freshers like me. Because you are a fresher, and you can say, sir, I am a fresher, I do not have any skills. My knowledge is limited to the books that I have read in my academic curriculum, which means I do not have any skills which I can put to use immediately. That's why right now my focus is on my career. I want to build my career in an organization like yours, which gives me an opportunity to learn something and to become an expert. Hence, I would accept whatever the company designs or decides as a salary package for freshers like me. When you answer like this, it helps them understand that you are here, your priority is you want to build a strong career. When you are successful in your career, the money will automatically come. Don't worry about it. Okay? So don't quote an amount. Talk about your priority being career. Your priority is not any specific amount. I will read this up again. When they ask what are your salary expectations, never quote an amount. Speak about your focus on career and state the reason why you would accept the company's policy and with regards to the salary package designed for freshers like you. That is number 9. And the last question, what are your career goals? I just told you 5 minutes ago. Your career goals are short term and long term. Short term means speak about what you want to achieve in next 2-3 years. Sir, right now my short term career goal is to get a job in a company like yours, and mid-term goal is to be successful in this particular job and to learn as much as possible, and my long-term goal is to build my skills, build my competencies and become an expert in this line in a long run. Okay, so 10 questions we looked at, and we also looked at the answers. What are these questions? Let's look at the recap. Tell me more about yourself, where you speak about yourself, your self-introduction. You will speak about your name, where are you from, your educational background, your family background in brief. Next, what are your hobbies? You will speak about your interests and hobbies, like you like reading books or playing cricket or watching informative programs on channels. You need to be prepared to give more additional information. What are your strengths? You will speak about those qualities which helps you and which also helps the organization. Number 4, you speak about, they will ask you what are your weakness. You speak about your strength but in a different manner. For example, you say, I feel nervous when I speak with or interact with other people. I'm a straightforward person. I trust people very easily. I'm stubborn because when I decide to do something, I don't let go. Or I feel lazy when I do something which I'm not interested in. That's your weakness. Why do you want to work for this company? You need to speak about the strength of the organization, what the organization means to you and how it can help you build your career. Why should I hire you? You speak about your own strength like you did on question number 3, but you give additional information, you give examples, you give scenarios and prove why you are a strong person and how will you help the organization. Number 7, tell me more about this company. You will have to do a lot of homework. You need to speak about the values of the company, the products, the innovations, how the company have helped people to build a career, the charity events, whatever they help, poor people, unskilled people, whatever good things they have done for the society, you can speak about that when they ask, tell me more about this company. Number 8, why do you want this job? You need to speak about your goals, your career goals, your aspirations, your aims. You need to speak about what you want to become and how the company can help you. Number 9, what is your salary expectation? Please do not mention any amount if you are a fresher. Say your priority is to build a career and you will accept whatever the company decides for freshers. And the last one, what are your career goals? You need to speak about the short term goal and long term goal. Short term goal that you want to get this job, you want to do well in this job. Long term goal, you want to become an expert, you want to contribute to the organization. Alright. So these are the top 10 questions which we covered in terms of interviews. You can replay this particular video, and I want you to write in your own ways your own answer, because if I give you the answer, all of you will give the same answer when you go for the interview. Imagine 50 people from this group, they go for an interview to say Reliance, and the Reliance person, the HR person from Reliance is asking question, and everybody is giving the same answer because you have by hearted each and every word. None of you will get the job. Everybody will flunk. Everybody will fail. I have given you the direction to how to answer these top 10 questions. You should make an effort to write the answer in your own language, in your own way. So replay the video, look at the question, understand what I explained, understand the concept, and write your answer. The instructor or me, when I speak to you again, I will look at the answer and I will make corrections. Okay? Now that you know that how to reach the interviewer's room, how to answer questions, is that enough? No, it's not enough. You will also be gauged on how you are sitting. What is your eye contact? How is your hand? Am I talking like this? Am I sitting like this? Am I sitting like this? No. I'm sitting on a very professional way and my hands are here and I'm looking directly into you. These are called body language. Why is body language important? And what kind of body language is important in an interview? Very, very critical. People get rejected in jobs because their body language is not right, it's not professional. So in the next segment, which is my segment 3, today I will tell you what kind of body language you need to adopt in order to be successful in interviews. Alright, we'll take a break and we come back quick. Hello everyone, welcome back. You would see a little change the way I was before. For segment 1 we did orientation, for segment 2 we did top 10 questions for interviews, and right now we are at segment 3. Here I'm going to talk about etiquette, body language and certain other important aspect which is very essential for your interviews. Now you would wonder, why am I standing, right? The reason I'm standing because I want to show you certain very important part of the personality. Okay, so what we're going to learn in terms of body language etiquette, in terms of our learning right now, is overview, understanding the importance, the non-verbal cues, the mannerism, table manners. Obviously I'm not going to do that now, but certain very important things I'm going to do now. Now let's take a look at this picture. Imagine you are not feeling too well, or your friend is not feeling well. You go to a hospital to see a doctor. Room number 1 has this particular doctor. Would you be comfortable with this doctor? Most of you will say no, because something seems terribly wrong with this doctor, the way his expression is. You go to the next room and you come across this doctor. Now what happens? Even now you will not be very comfortable, because this doctor himself looks very sad and depressed. Obviously he cannot treat anyone. You go to the next room and you come across this doctor. Now you will feel very comfortable, very happy that yes, this person looks like a decent doctor. Take a look at all these 3 pictures again. This is doctor number 1, this is doctor number 2 and this is doctor number 3. So 1, 2 and 3. Clear? Now there are certain reasons based on which you felt doctor number 1 is not a good doctor. He looks like a mental patient. Doctor number 2 looks like a very sad person, and doctor number 3 looks like the decent doctor or the best doctor. Let's take a look at this picture again. Doctor number 1, extreme right on your frame, green apron. He looks like a mental patient, looks like he will kill his patients. Number 2 on extreme left, he looks like a very depressed and sad doctor, and number 3, which is in the middle, looks like a decent doctor and the best doctor, right? Now I'm going to ask you one thing very simple. Is it possible that the doctor number 3 who is in the middle is actually a fake doctor? You see doctor number 3 in the middle is actually doctor number 3. Okay, the one in the middle who looks the best among these 3, is it possible that he did not even finish his MBBS? He uses a fake certificate. It's quite possible, right? Is it possible that the doctor on extreme right with the green dress, is it possible he is the best surgeon? Yes, it is possible. Is it possible the one on the extreme left, the one who is looking depressed, he is the best heart surgeon? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. But we don't look at the possibility, we make our judgment based on what we see. So as human beings, we have 5 senses: to touch, to smell, to taste, to see and to hear. So I can touch someone, I can feel it, I can taste something, I can smell something, I can see something and I can hear something. But in an interview, what comes into effect? Only seeing and hearing. And seeing is the first, whatever the person sees in you is the first priority, because as human beings we have the eyes in front. When we see something, we make certain judgments about it. When we hear, the judgment becomes better or it goes down. Say for example, you meet a person who is dressed very well, he is wearing a tie, who's carrying an Apple notebook and who's carrying an iPhone, and when you want to talk to him, he can't even talk properly, he is from a village. You will feel, oh my God, he dressed so nice, but he can't even talk, he is not educated. Which means you make a judgment about a person based on what you see And that's why I say what you wear in terms of your attire, in terms of your appearance is very, very important. So first thing I'm going to talk about now is your appearance. When you go for interviews, be it men or women, ladies or gents, boys or girls, there are certain basic rules that you need to follow when it comes to dress code. I will start with the ladies first. When you go for the interview in any organization, please be dressed in formals. Okay? The formals could be something like this, which is a knee-length skirt or a shirt and a blazer, or a trouser, a blazer or a shirt. But if you're not comfortable being dressed in Western formal, even Indian formal dresses like this is absolutely perfect. Your formal dress should be something which is very simple and very elegant and very, very comfortable for you. So this is an example of a perfect Indian ethnic formal appearance or dress for women. But please do not dress up like this when you go for an interview, because these are very heavy dresses. It takes a lot of time to get ready in these dresses like this, and it's not appropriate for an interview. So please avoid these kind of dresses when you go for interview, because these are more of party wear, or you can go on for a wedding or a birthday party wearing dresses like this. So please do avoid dresses like this. What you should rather follow is something very simple and elegant and absolutely formal like this. That's about your dress. In terms of your footwear, something which you feel absolutely comfortable in, something which does not make you feel uncomfortable and considered very formal. So these kind of footwear are appropriate for women when you go for interview. But please do not wear these kind of footwear. These are considered very, very casual, and these are not allowed for interviews. Like your home slippers, bathroom slippers, your joggers and keds, please avoid these kind of shoes. This is not allowed at all. It's not considered formal. These are considered formal. These are considered casual. So please avoid it. Okay. Now coming to the gentlemen. Please be dressed in formal. Again, for gentlemen, if you want to wear a tie, you need to learn how to tie the knot of a tie. If you do not know, please don't wear it. I never wore a tie because I'm not comfortable. A formal dress, even without a tie or a blazer, is absolutely perfect. The shirt and trousers should be neatly ironed, and you should always wear a formal shoe, a belt for sure. Now the rule in terms of the belt is, you see this person, this picture, the color of the shoe is black. That's why the color of the belt should be black. If you wear a black shoe, your belt has to be black. If you wear a brown shoe, the belt has to be brown. Please remember, a black shoe, black belt. Brown shoe, it has to be brown belt. There is one more important aspect in terms of accessorizing the accessories. You see, I am wearing a watch. Okay. Now, this particular watch is absolutely formal, and you see the strap, which is also black. I should be wearing this kind of watch. I will show you certain pictures later. Basically, the color of the strap is black because, there you go, thank you. So the color of my strap is black, and the color of my belt is also black because I am wearing a black shoe right now. If I am wearing a brown shoe, I will wear a brown color belt in the same shade, and I am supposed to wear a watch where the strap is of the same shade of brown. There cannot be a black shoe, brown belt and blue leather strap for my watch. It's absolutely not allowed. So please remember, gentlemen, if you wear a black shoe, the belt has to be black, the watch strap has to be black if it's a leather watch. If it's a metal band, that's a different story. Let's look at certain pictures. Please do pay attention to your shirt. Please wear plain shirts like this. Please avoid shirts like this. A shirt which does not have a collar, it's called a Chinese collar. Please do not wear these kind of shirt. Any shirt with checks, such a broad and wide check, please avoid. Such shirts are not considered as a formal attire. Okay, coming to the next part, which is an important aspect in terms of your shoes. Your footwear should always be formal when you go for interview. You may choose to wear a leather shoe, a laced shoe, it should be leather always. You may choose to wear a laced shoe or a slip-on shoe. But slip-on shoe is not considered 100% formal, it's semi-formal. That's why I suggest please do wear a leather shoe and it should have laces. The shoe should be neatly polished and it should be neat and clean. Now, one important point. If you are wearing a black shoe, like I said, the belt should be black, the strap should be black. What about the socks? The socks should match the color of your trouser or the color of your shoe. If you are wearing a brown shoe, please wear a brown socks. But if you are wearing a brown shoe and a dark blue trouser, you may either wear a brown socks or a dark blue socks. The rule is the socks should be in the same shade with your trouser or the shoe. I have seen a lot of people who wear black shoes, leather shoes, and they wear a white socks. Absolutely wrong. Never do that mistake. It's considered a mistake. A lot of people feel that white socks is very clean. They like to keep it white. No, it is wrong. It's a fashion mistake and it's not considered formal. So if you're wearing a formal shoes, you cannot wear a white socks. Number two, you cannot wear an ankle length socks. An ankle length socks is used with a sports shoe, with a casual shoe, which means you need to wear a formal socks which is still above your ankle. It's not the ankle length, it's a normal socks. It should be the same color of your shoe or the trouser. Alright. The shoes that you should avoid for an interviews are something like this. These are either semi-formal or casual shoes. Please never wear these kind of shoes for an interview. It's absolutely wrong when you wear shoes like these. Clear? Now moving on in terms of accessories, belts. Please do wear a formal belt like this, but belts like these are not allowed. This is absolutely wrong. You are not going for a party. You are not some movie hero like Balakrishna or Rajnikant to wear a belt which will have a buckle, it will have lasers coming out of it, it will have a gun inside it. All that is not needed. I have seen people coming up for interviews, when they wear a belt, the buckle has R written on it, some V written on it, there is some ZTV logo, there is the Punch logo on it. Absolutely wrong. It's not considered formal at all. Please don't make that mistake. Alright, so please do pay attention. Your belt should also be formal, the buckle should be formal, and please do not wear belts like these. Moving on to the watch segment, it should be formal. If you like to wear an analog watch, if you don't like an analog watch, please don't wear the watch. Only analog watch which has these second, hour and minute hands, only these are considered formal. It could have a leather strap or it could have a metal band, it's absolutely fine, no problem at all. But please don't wear these kind of watches. These digital watch with Mickey Mouse and some design meant on it. Now the second and the third one is not digital, it's analog, but it's not formal, it's very, very casual watch. Kids wear watches like this. You are not kids anymore, you are adult. You are a responsible, educated person going for a job. So please do not wear these kind of watches no matter what. Coming to the last point in terms of your attire, please always carry a pen, something which is considered absolutely formal. Invest on a good pen, 30-40 rupees, but please don't carry these kind of pens. For God's sake, please don't carry these 3 rupees and 5 rupees pen. Absolutely wrong. It does not look good, and when you carry a pen, The clip of the pen should be metal. What you see on the first picture you must have just seen. There you go. The clip of the pen should be metal and it should be neatly tucked on your shirt right here. It should be neatly tucked on your shirt. Don't keep it on your pant pocket where it's visible little bit. Please don't do that. Clear? So that's for men, and for women I already explained something which is common for all of you. If you follow certain religious beliefs, for example for men, if you want to grow your beard for religious reason, that's perfectly fine, but please do trim it and keep it neat and clean. Please be shaven. In case if you grow a stubble, it's fine, otherwise be neatly shaven and go for the interview. Use a good quality deodorant or a perfume. It's not good when you smell bad in an interview. And please cut your nails, brush your teeth. I'm saying all this because I have come across a lot of candidates who are absolutely shabby when they come for an interview. The idea is they want to hire very pleasant personalities. You need not look like Shah Rukh Khan. Look like a professional person who's serious about the job. Okay? If you grow your hair and you have a mohawk with different colors, please remove such style. Your hair should be nicely neat and clean. Please do not apply 500 grams of oil on your head where it's dripping from here and your head is shining like a bulb. Please avoid putting too much oil on your head the day when you go for your interview. For ladies, please remember 1 or 2 flowers to decorate your hair, it's fine, but please don't put the entire garden on your head. Just 1 or 2 is fine. And men and women, some of you for religious belief, you may apply some tika or on that red tilak kind of thing. A small one is good enough. Don't cover your entire forehead with red, orange color. You're not going for a religious function, right? You're going for an interview. So you got to keep that in mind. Okay? This is all about attire, how you should look, and when you go for the interview, the moment they look at you, they should feel very confident. Yes, this is a very pleasant personality. Now moving to important aspect of body language. Remember, in terms of body language, my hands are the most important aspect in terms of body language. I should be using it in the right manner. The rule of usage of hands when you speak to people is very simple. Your hand should not go below your waist. It should not go above your eye level. For example, if I'm talking to someone and I say I went to Delhi, I saw Qutub Minar and it's very tall. I cannot do very tall. I'm supposed to say I saw Qutub Minar, it's really tall. That they built it like hundreds of years ago. It's really tall. I cannot say that I went to my hometown and there I met very small kids. Can I bend down and show small kids? No, I cannot. So my hand gesture, I should not bend over first of all, and my hand gesture cannot go below my waist. It cannot go above my eye level. When I point out at something, I cannot use my fingers. I cannot say, can you give it to me? Do you have a question? How are you? How are you? No, I cannot do that. I need to use my palm, the open side of the palm. Yes, sir, you have a question. Good morning. How are you doing? Please take your seat. You have a question. How are you? So I can use either both my hands or one hand, but I cannot use a finger. I can use my hand and the open side of the palm has to face the person. Clear? So let's look at some important aspect in terms of body language which can impress a person in 5 minutes. These are some tips that can impress a person in 5 minutes. Point number 1 is smile. Contagious means it's addictive. If one person does, everybody starts doing it. For example, there is people get those eye infection, right? It's called conjunctivitis. Some people call it Madras eye. I don't know why they do that. So conjunctivitis is an eye infection. They say if somebody has eye infection, don't look at that person, you will also get that infection. Because it spreads, it's called contagious. Smiling is contagious behavior because when you smile at someone, that person also likes to smile. I'm smiling at all of you, you like to smile. But if I start crying, would you cry with me? Definitely not. So when you speak to someone, when you speak to the interviewer, please do smile when you interact with that person. But don't smile when you're speaking something serious. Say for example, the interviewer asks, what is the most memorable day of your life? So you want to talk about when you got the first prize in a drawing competition in your school. So obviously you will smile and say, sir, the most memorable moment was the day I won the first prize in drawing competition. So you're smiling. So what is the most saddest day of my life? Can you say, sir, the most saddest day was the day when my grandfather passed away? Can I smile in that regard? Definitely not. When I say smile, that means the context has to be right. But when you greet someone, good morning, good afternoon, you should smile a little. The second point is sticky eyes, don't stare, don't look away. Sticky eyes basically means eye contact. When I speak to someone, I need to look into the eyes of the person. I cannot look there. Imagine I am doing this entire training looking here. So basically when I talk about eye contact, now my shoulder is facing you, but my vision is somewhere else. That is absolutely wrong. I am supposed to look at that person when I speak. Number three, the third point in this list is big baby pivot. Big baby pivot means when we see a small baby, a 3-4 year old kid, when we call them, if they are playing, they immediately turn around and they ask, yes, what are you asking? So they give you complete attention to you. Basically it means when you interact with someone, when you speak to someone, your shoulder should face that person. I cannot stand like this and talk to you. This is not right. Even though I'm maintaining my eye contact, but my shoulder is facing somebody else, which means I cannot even stand like this and talk. This is also wrong. My shoulder has to face you, straight to you when I speak to you. All right. Number 4 is limit the fidget. It says do not touch. A lot of people have the habit of holding something in the hand when they talk. I have seen a lot of people, they hold a phone on the hand. So the other day I went to the market and there is no change for 100 rupees anymore. So they're just talking and they constantly have the phone on the hand. That is absolutely wrong. When you go for interview, please do not fidget anything, do not touch anything. A lot of people wear rings on the hands, they keep doing this while they are talking. This is a wrong habit. A lot of people put the hand inside the pocket and they talk. Yeah, why don't you tell me, you go, I'll come with you. They're just using the hands like this, but they're not using the hand itself. That is also wrong. When we say do not touch, it means do not touch yourself. While you're talking to someone, don't touch your face, don't do this, don't clean your ear, don't touch your eyes. If you want to do that, excuse yourself and do it, but please do not touch yourself and use your hand as gestures. And that is the last point on this slide, which is hands active speech reduction. Active speech reduction means whatever I want to say, I can say that by using my hand. For example, I am speaking to a group of people, I can just do this, yes, what's your name? That means I am asking a specific person. Okay, so let's look at these points again. Smile, so you should smile when you look at someone. Sticky eyes, don't stare, don't look away. It basically means you should maintain a good eye contact. Big baby pivot means do not ignore the person, whoever you're speaking to. Your shoulder should face that person when you speak. Limit the fidget. Please do not touch yourself or touch anything when you're talking to someone. Hands active speech reduction, where you use your hand, but the rule is your hand cannot go below your waist and it cannot go above your eye level. So it should be within that. Okay. So now coming to the most important part of the interview. So when you enter the room, what do you do first? First you knock on the door and you take permission, you seek permission, sir, may I come in? Once you enter the room, the first thing you should do is shake hand with the interviewer, and that is what I'm going to tell you. This handshake is the most important aspect of building confidence in your interviewer that you are the best candidate. Handshakes, they display your confidence level. Handshake display how good you are, how confident you are, and how serious you are about the job. So what should be the right way of handshake? I'm going to show you now. I have requested for a volunteer. What is the right way? I will show you, and I will also show you what are the wrong ways that you need to avoid. So before we go forward, I will quickly tell you what is the right way of handshake. We've been shaking hand all our life, but we don't do the right way. 8 out of 10 people I shake hand with, they are doing it wrong. Today I will tell you what is the right way of handshake. All right, let's call our volunteer, Mr. Venkat, right? Am I right? Okay, please come. Okay, Mr. Venkat is going to be the volunteer for me, and he is going to participate in this particular exercise, illustration, how to shake hand. First and foremost, my shoulder has to face his shoulder. It should be absolutely straight when I shake hand. Right now that I'm talking to you, that's why I'm little standing with an angle towards you, but otherwise it should be absolutely straight. When I shake hand, now pay attention. There should be a slight angle on my elbow. It cannot be straight like this. It cannot be bent like this. It cannot be, this L bent is not allowed. This straight is also not allowed. It should be a slight bent. A very slight bent is what is needed. Now pay attention, the shoulder has to be facing each other. Face me. The shoulder has to face me, and my shoulder has to face this person, and I need to maintain an eye contact. I can't look somewhere else and shake hand. That's not allowed. I can't look into his pocket and shake hand. That is also not allowed. My shoulder has to face his shoulder. There should be a little bent on my elbow. Now pay attention to the other part. When you look at the hand, okay, this part of my finger has to cover this part of the hand of the person, which means I need to completely wrap my hand with my fingers. So there you go. So come this side, please. Okay, now you can zoom in, sir. So you see this part of the finger is wrapping the hand of the person. It should not be, it cannot be straight. It has to wrap the person. And the thumb cannot be straight. It should have a little bent, and this area that you see of the opposite person, my thumb should be here. Clear? Okay, one more thing. There cannot be a gap between my index finger and my middle finger. I cannot shake hand like this. There cannot be a gap. This should be a zero gap. Okay, so I face that person shoulder to shoulder, and I have a little bent on my elbow, and I shake hand. The movement should be 1, 2, 3, and it should be up and down. It cannot be shake hand like this. It should be up and down only thrice. What should I do with my left hand? My left hand can be here. If the other person is younger to me or my junior, then I can put my hand on his shoulder. Otherwise, I cannot. If I'm going for an interview, I need to face him, I need to do this, shake hand, that's it. Bend over just a little bit, but not more than that. Clear? So these are the right way, and the movement, the motion should be up and down, not sideways, max to max 3 to 4 seconds and thrice. Alright, let's have Mr. Venkat come this side. I am going to show you certain mistakes that we do in terms of handshake. So here is the first one on your screen. This is a typical handshake what we see in India when women shake hand with men. They do not give the whole hand, they just give some fingers. I don't know why, they are scared. Be it men or women, the handshake remains the same. So when the person shakes hand, please do not give just the finger. That's not allowed. It should be the whole hand. Just don't. So if Mr. Venkat is my interviewer, I am the candidate, I cannot shake hand like this. It's not allowed. I need to shake hand completely, and there should not be a gap between my index finger and middle finger. All right. Let's look at the next one, which we have seen in colleges a lot. People shake hand like this, and they shake hand. They do all kind of circus with the hand. All that is absolutely not allowed. So you cannot shake hand like this and keep changing the position. All this is not allowed at all. It should be absolutely formal handshake. The third mistake that people do is the sugarcane crusher. Have you seen a sugarcane? You put the sugarcane into the machine, it crushes and it gets juice out of it. In a lot of places, people who go to the gym, they have big biceps. They try to show the strength when they shake hand with people. And they all walk like this and they say, shake hand with me, see how strong I am. Don't try to show your physical strength on your interviewer, please. The strength of your handshake, your hand should be equivalent to the other person's hand. I cannot be crushing that person's hand. The other person also cannot crush, so that my fingers will go numb and there will be a blood clot in my hand and I will have to lose my hand completely. So please do not show the physical strength when you shake hand. The fourth one is the usage of the other hand. The usage of the other hand basically means I am shaking with my left hand, but I also use, right hand, but I also use my left hand to cover it. Now this is not acceptable in formal setup. So when I use my left hand to cover both the hands, this is acceptable in certain culture, certain religions. For example, in Muslim culture, they always shake hand, they use the other hand also and they bend like this. Okay, it's a mark of respect. Okay, that's not really necessary in terms of a formal handshake when you shake hand with someone in an interview. So please do not use the left hand to cover both the hands. This is not needed. All right, let's move on. Here, this is something which I already shown. The bro fist is what we see. One person wants to shake hand, you do that. One person wants to shake hand, but the other person is doing this. I don't want to punch anybody. The interview will punch you on your face if you do this. So that's why please don't do that. It should be a formal handshake only. All right. Number 6 mistake people that they do is they use the left hand again. Now in number 4, you saw the left hand covering this side. On number 6, the hand is covering on top. Okay. Now the reason this should not be done, because when you put your left hand on top, it basically means you are trying to hide a secret from everybody else. For example, I have given you 5,000 rupees, please don't tell anyone I put my hand on top. Never put your hand on top, never put your hand on the side. The left hand should not do that, because when you put your hand on the side, it means you are becoming a slave in normal culture, not in every culture. In formal culture, it's not allowed. In formal culture, you can't even put your hand on top. It's not necessary. It means that you're trying to hide a secret or something. Clear? Let's look at number 7. This is called a dead fish handshake. So Mr. Venkat is absolutely active. He wants to shake hand, but I don't have any strength. So I'm just using my hand like this or like this. I am not interested. A dead fish handshake means a fish which is cold and dead. It doesn't have any life. When you do a dead fish handshake, it means you're not interested, you are not confident, you are not interested, or you are nervous. So please do remember, you should not indulge in a dead fish handshake. or any one of the 7 handshakes that I've shown you so far. Number 8 is the important aspect, where what should be the angle of the hand. In this case, my angle is absolutely straight. If my angle has to change, if it changes like this, Mr. Venkat's hand is on top of my hand. If I do the other way, my hand is on top of Mr. Venkat's hand. Your hand should never be on top of each other either way. It should not happen. It should be straight. When the hand goes on top, if Mr. Venkat's hand is on my hand top, if this is visible more, that means he is trying to dominate me. If my hand is on top like this, if this hand is visible, that means I am trying to dominate him. That's why you got to be very careful that you should not allow the person to flip the hand and bring it on top. It should be absolutely straight. Clear? And the last one is the acupuncture handshake. The reason I call it acupuncture, because some people wear a lot of rings, one for kidney, one for heart, one for liver, one for getting a good job, one for getting a good marriage. For various reasons, I think people, if they wear rings, everything will be solved. That is their belief. But when they wear the rings, they forget that when they shake hand, it can hurt the other person's hand. So you got to be very careful. So if you wear a lot of rings, please be very gentle and please do not put too much pressure on the hand, because it can hurt the person. And one last important point, what should you do with your left hand? Please do not keep it in the pocket. Okay? Please do not talk on the phone while shaking hand with the person. This is not allowed. Okay? Please, for example, if I am carrying two stuff, I have my phone, I have this glass of water, and I meet Mr. Venkat. Hello sir, how are you? Both my hands are busy. Can I shake hand with my elbow? No, you cannot. These are the aspects which I am going to conclude with. Thank you, Mr. Venkat. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. So let's move on to the next slide. This is the important point in terms of the grip. The grip has to be equivalent to the other person's strength. The time should be appropriate. If you are coming out of a washroom, if you are eating food, you don't need to shake hand. It's not necessary. Eye contact, you need to look into the person, look into the person's eyes when you shake hand. You should always greet that person, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is. The duration should be 3 to 4 seconds max. The motion should be up and down, and the other hand should be straight, just like this. If I am shaking hand, my left hand can be like this. So don't scratch your head, don't call somebody and say bye to someone while you're shaking hand. All that is absolutely imperfect. You should not be doing that. Okay, so what did we learn in body language today? In body language, we learned first and foremost our dress code. How should we be dressed? What kind of attire we should follow? Our overall appearance. Remember, your appearance defines your personality. So you got to be very careful what kind of clothes you are wearing and how do you look. Next thing we spoke about was details in terms of what kind of dresses, shoes, socks, watch, pen you should be using. Then we spoke about the body language aspect. When you go for an interview, always stand straight. When you sit on the chair, please do not lean back completely or do not sit right in front. Your hand cannot be on the table when you're speaking. Your hand should be used when you're interacting with people. Alright? So this was my segment 3 today. I hope this will be very, very helpful. It will be helpful only when you start practicing it. So you need to practice it a lot. Segment 1, we spoke about the orientation, the importance of this training and why APSSDC is doing it. Segment 2, we looked at top 10 interview questions. I gave you those questions and I gave you the direction how your answer should be. Now you need to practice. You need to write the answer in your own language and practice it again and again. And the last segment, I spoke about body language, which is very important when you deal with people, when you interact with people. Alright? So I hope this training was very helpful to all of you. and you can take the maximum benefit out of it only when you start practicing. So please do practice a lot. I will see you soon whenever the next program is, and I would love to hear from you any kind of questions, any kind of feedback. This particular training will be available on YouTube so that you can watch it over and over again. If you have any questions in any area what you see in the video, please comment on the comment box of the YouTube video. I will look at it and I will come back and respond to it. Alright, thank you so much. I wish you all the best. You have 5 days to practice, 5 days to learn, 5 days to become an expert, because day 6 you will have your interviews and I expect you will get the job. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you soon.